to Unsigned 518. I'm here with Owen Greene. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Doing very well. And I'm excited today, not just because we haven't met, and I like to meet new people in the music scene, so to speak. But you brought a keyboard with you, yes. And I didn't say anything about it when you came in, but keyboard was the very first instrument that I played and became obsessed with when I was very, very small. Not to say that I can play now, because other than, I think I got like Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue.
Nice.
And no, I think that's the only one I can still play. But so I'm excited to hear. I think it's probably the first keyboard performance here in the Dazzle Den. I've had acoustic guitars. I've had Irish duos. I've had full fucking metal bands in here doing live performances, but I don't think I've had a solo keyboard. So I'm
nice.
excited.
I'm excited too.
But we're not here to talk about my excitement, although, I mean, I guess the show wouldn't exist without my excitement. But we're here to talk about you and your music, and I guess like kind of what it means to you is how we'll get the conversation started. I guess where your relationship with music began, kind of.
Yeah, well, my upbringing was very heavily centered around music. My mom and my dad are both phenomenal musicians. My mom is a music teacher. She works at Mechanicville.
Oh, okay.
And my dad is a great bass player. He plays all around the capital region. So it's always been all over the place in my life. My dad had me growing up listening to just a bunch of like the awesome stuff that he grew up with back in the 70s and 80s. Fell in love with Elton John in a very early stage in my life. So early, in fact, that I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there's a Bob the Builder's special. I think it might have been a Christmas special or something, and it had Elton John. They had Elton John come in on his piano and play some songs and stuff. I must have been maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, see, I'm probably your dad's age, for real.
Probably.
Like when you say Bob the Builder, I'm like, that was like when I was like fucking 30.
Yeah, that was more for the Gen Zers out there.
Yeah, anyway, sorry.
Yeah. But I had a toy piano, toy keyboard. I'd roll it out, and I'd have a little cape and some like cool star sunglasses, and I'd watch the episode. And once Elton John came up, I'd get on my keyboard and start dancing around and like playing with Elton John. And then my parents would look in at me through the other room, and once I saw them looking at me, I'd get all shy and and stop. But yeah, so I've always loved music as a kid. In the 4th grade, I started with trumpet. For the school bands, and I fell in love with trumpet, and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is my favorite instrument ever. This is the coolest thing. And I just had a really great time with that up until about the 7th grade, and I went to a coffee house that the school was putting on, kind of like an open mic thing, and I saw this high schooler sit down and play some Billy Joel, and I'm like, well, and he was singing along with it, and he had the whole crowd singing, and I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever. I want to do that. So then I fell in love with the piano, and I started taking lessons. In the 7th grade, I was maybe 12 years old is when I started.
There is just something about like the piano has like that. If somebody sits down at a piano and can play a song that everybody can like sing along to, like there's something like really cool about that at a party.
Yeah.
Whereas like
absolutely.
when someone busts out the acoustic guitar, there's usually like, you better hit a threshold. You better be pretty fucking good, buddy. You know what I mean? But like, if someone can play basic chords on a piano and get people, like, there's something magical about it. And I think it's because the keyboards are the root of a lot of music. Like, there's keys in everything, like shit you wouldn't even think of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just like I've always like thought of like the piano as, and like a lot of people think of it this way, as like its own little orchestra. Like if you think about like a symphonic orchestra, you get like the highs, like the woodwinds and the low strings and even the percussion.
Right.
You know, it's like it's just all of that encompassed into 88 keys. It's really cool.
That is a cool way. It's like, oh, you have 6 strings. That's cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got fucking 88 of them over here, man. So it is its own symphony. But do you like writing music or before? Let's get before writing music.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back into when like you knew like piano was your thing. After it was kind of like linking back to your early childhood with the Elton John thing. Like, did you immediately start like looking at piano from like a pop music view where you're like, I want to learn Billy Joel, I want to learn Elton John, or did you take a traditional like, I'm going to learn how to play this instrument and then learn, like
yeah, it was definitely started out classically trained, going, just starting out, like I got lessons from my chorus teacher, starting out, and was really heavy into like classical music. Throughout high school, I would go do like the NISMA festivals and stuff. About maybe in like 9th or 10th grade of high school, I started to get really heavy into jazz. And I had a private instructor. His name's Charles Cornell. He was really like big into the jazz scene in the capital region, and now he's a super famous YouTuber, which is really cool. But he is just a phenomenal jazz pianist, and he was great. He really worked with me with like a lot of classical music, because I was still kind of like, well, I'll go to college and maybe for composition or something, so I wanted to stay in the classical realm. But he really, opened my eyes to a lot of like jazz, just jazz stuff, like chord structures, adding to my music, that, and listening to a crap ton of Ben Folds 5.
I want to talk about that a little bit, like, because spoiler alert, I've heard you play, and like the first thing that I thought was like, I mean, clearly there's a Ben Folds comparison, and I was a huge Ben Folds 5 fan back, again, I'm super fucking old, but like, so back in the 90s, when Whatever and Ever Amen came out, I was, probably 24, 25, and I became obsessed with that album, like so much, and it brought out like because I was also a classical music, like I was, again, like piano, like I was very basic. I never got into, but I like to listen to classical music.
Yeah.
And to me, Ben Folds was like that perfect melding of, you're like, that motherfucker knows how to play that instrument. Like, it's not
he's
like,
a wizard.
Yeah. and it's, I could hear that in your stuff as well, where you're like, it's a command of the instrument first, and then the songs second. So I don't know. I knew Ben Folds was in there. But like definitely. The second I heard it. So when did you first get introduced to Ben Folds? Like what era of, like, was it Ben Folds 5 stuff or was it solo stuff?
It was, so it was Ben Folds 5 when they came back in 2012 to put out Sound of the Life of the Mind. Yeah. When that came out, my dad was big into that one. And that was such a cool kind of mix of their like crazy raucous, like smashing the keys, like beating on the drums, and like kind of his solo stuff, which got like a little more like
melancholy,
like melancholy, like poignant, like it was cool. So I definitely got into it there, and then I just started exploring all his other stuff.
Yeah, he's a great songwriter, and like I'm sure have you seen him live?
I did,
like his live show is amazing. The way he like conducts while he's playing.
I've seen
doing
those,
the harmonies. He'll be like, all right, this half of the crowd, you guys are this harmony, and he'll teach them the harmony, and then do this and this and this, and then do the song. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's fucking amazing. Very cool. Really like his stuff. it's good to see, I guess, that style of music being kept alive.
Yeah, it's definitely spoke to me, and it's funny when I tell people that I grew up, kind of classically trained, and they don't necessarily expect it. But it is fun, and I hear people say, like, write the music that you want to hear. And I want to hear a bunch of Ben Folds, and I want to hear a bunch of early Elton John, and it's just fun.
I mean, classical music is raucous.
It really,
know what I mean, like,
yeah,
there's
exactly,
a lot of fucking powdered wigs flying off and shit while they're banging their heads.
Yeah.
And, like,
I used to play a lot of like Rachmaninoff. That dude had humongous hands.
Right.
So he was, but yeah, no, definitely so much, really like metal stuff in classical music.
Oh, 100%. But I don't know. I dig it. So I guess, like, we've been talking so much about, the piano and the songs, and the Ben Folds comparison. Let's hear a song.
Sure.
So what's the first one you're going to play for us?
So this first one is called Stone. I just came up with it. I was at a Stewart's one day, and I just saw somebody working behind the counter with the name tag, and his name's Stone. I'm like, I've never met anybody named Stone. I wonder what he's got going on. Like, so yeah, and I just kind of wrote a song about it. I think mainly I had the music written out, and I was just trying to think of some subject matter to write. So kind of sprung from there.
All right, well, let's check out Stone, Owen Greene live here in the Dazzle Den, and then we'll be right back.
Behind the counter at a truck stop sits a man named Stone who's sweeping up some breath mints off the floor. He's trying hard to pass the time, but there's a reason why he's never needed to before. And Stone takes it as it comes. It's all he's ever done. Stone takes his coffee black to avoid a heart attack. He's apathetically reciting what his teacher said. It's where he was always meant to be. And selling scratch-off lotto tickets to the crossing guard, he knows he'll never win. And Stone takes it as it comes. It's all he's ever done. And Stone takes his coffee black to avoid a heart attack. That's what he'll say. The early mornings are showing underneath his eyes, and the days before begin bleeding into one big sigh. His degree in whatever ology is in a banker's box in a 5x10. Stone gets up late for work. It's gonna be the last time he gets a pass. And Stone's turning out the lights. Another day of fighting's left an imprint on his mind.
All right, that was Stone, Owen Greene, live here in the Dazzle Den. Now, you were saying that song is about a dude that works at Stort's, and
Yep.
we were talking before we got recording about meanings of songs and kind of what the subject matter is. But this next one that we're going to hear, I feel like the story of the song deserves a little attention, because you started telling it to me and I was like, no. we need to save this when we're recording. So tell us the story of this next song.
So this is a really funny story. A couple years ago, I was playing keys with a Grateful Dead tribute band. We went on like a week and a half tour out in like the Midwest and then kind of down south a little bit. But the second night, we played a show at a kombucha bar in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And the next day, we had to drive down to Ohio, to Fairport or something in Ohio. So we stayed the night after the show at the drummer's buddy's house. He just knew him, and it's like this big farmhouse, probably like 10 miles out of the city. And we play the show, we get back, we just hang out for a bit, and we crash because we got an early morning the next day. I end up sleeping on the couch in the living room, which is just connected like right next to the kitchen. It's like a big open kind of pattern, and so anything that's going on in the kitchen is like very easily heard in the living room. So we crash, and at about like 3 a.m. or something, this lady comes in, this random girl, and like nobody knows who she is. It must have just been friends with the guy who owned the house or whatever. But she barges in and she's like screaming. It's like, this guy broke up with me. I hate him. He left me all alone at the party. And people, she woke basically everybody up, and they were like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, keep it down. Like, we got.
I'm sorry, but I kind of can see why.
Yeah. So she ends up. I don't know if she ends up leaving or staying the night or whatever. But the next morning, I wake up, and we're getting ready to go. We're packing up, and the guitar player comes up to me. And he's like, "Man, it was a crazy night last night, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What happened?" And he was like, "What? Did you not wake up for that?" She was on a rampage. But yeah, I ended up sleeping through the whole thing. She didn't wake me up, which was great.
Like a violent rampage, like breaking shit, or yeah.
I'm not sure if she broke anything, but she was crashing around, slamming doors and stuff.
Fun.
But yeah, no, that was a pretty funny story. Lost my train of thought. Yeah. Oh, right. So anyways, the song that I wrote about it, I decided to write the song, even though I didn't wake up to hear what she was saying. I just wanted to write a song about what I imagined her yelling and screaming about in the middle of the night. So that's what that song's about.
And then what's the name of the tune?
It's called Passed Out.
Because
I stayed passed out the entire time.
That's fine. Well, but before we hear the song, I do just want to your music can be found. You have a YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
What was that on?
Yep. My YouTube channel is Owen Greene Music. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram is Owen Greene, with 2 N's in Owen. Because Instagram, it's
Yeah.
impossible to get a handle.
Yeah,
on that.
I was tagging you in a post earlier, and when I started typing in Owen, I typed in, and like 5 or 6 different ones came up. I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know which one it is. And then I like had to go back out, go back in. And the one with 2 N's. That's actually clever,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I've got some recordings, mainly live recordings of my stuff up there. I've got some things in the work as far as getting music out, but it's still just kind of getting into it, which I find is pretty exciting. Like recording some music and starting to get myself out there some more.
Yeah, hell yeah. Excellent. All right, well let's check out Passed Out live here in the Dazzle Den from Owen Greene. Then we'll be right back to wrap it up.
Passed out on a couch in Ypsilanti. We're driving down to Fairport in the morning. At 3 a.m. they hear a knocking, and I was fast asleep when she cried. He broke my heart, he left me there on the front steps of the party. He doesn't care, he's unaware that I stole his stupid dab pen. And as she's walking in the kitchen, another diet soda screaming session happens every night. She was throwing all her stuff around the kitchen, unabashedly resigning her position, and crashing up and down the stairwells. And I was still asleep when she cried. He broke my heart, he left me there on the front steps of the party. He doesn't care and he's unaware that I stole his stupid dab pen. As she's walking in the kitchen, another diet soda screaming session happens every night. I loved everything about him, and how can I ever live without him? He up and left me for some singer who made her name on Jerry Springer. He broke my heart, he left me there on the front steps of the party. He doesn't care and he's unaware that I stole his stupid tap pen. As she's walking in the kitchen, another diet soda screaming session happens every night. He broke my heart, he left me there in the hot tub at the party, and he's never getting back that stupid dab pen. It's at the bottom of Lake St. Clair. I bet you really miss it. Well, I hate you and I hate that chick from Springer.
All right, that was Passed Out, Owen Greene, live here in the Dazzle Den. And Owen, I want to thank you so much for taking time into your day to come out and do this. It was a really cool conversation and a really cool live performance. I liked it a lot. And for those listening, I did video the performance, both songs here in the Dazzle Den. So go check out my YouTube channel, and eventually I'll get it up because, doing my own production, sometimes I get fucking lazy, But anyway, before we go, I want to give you a chance to say what I refer to as your gratitude, so the microphone is all yours.
Thank you. So much gratitude. Obviously, I love to thank and shout out my teachers, all my teachers, all public school teachers, notably my music teachers in Schuylerville, where I went to high school.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually used to live right around here. But yeah, none of this, would be possible without, just all the help that they've given me and all the support, and just they are really, really important to like society and to like kids growing up. Just giving kids opportunities to really express themselves creatively is really important. So big shout out to my teachers, my friends and family, absolutely. Like I mentioned before, my mom and dad were huge musical influences on me, and all the support that they've shown me throughout my career and all that is absolutely, just really amazing. I also want to shout out my lovely, beautiful partner, Haley. Haley Moonbeam. She has, she's also a phenomenal local musician. She's got music out.
She's been on Unsigned518.
She has
and
been,
she's also
yes,
sitting right here on the couch
an
next to you.
Unsigned518 alum.
And you're making her blush.
But really, she is a big reason that I even got back into, playing music out of like college and everything when we met a couple of years ago. So, really appreciative. And I absolutely want to thank you, Andy, for having me on the show. This is was really awesome. It was something that's new for me. So I had a really great time.
Awesome. All right. Well, he is Owen Greene. I am Andy Scullin. This is Unsigned518. I'll see you on the road. Unsigned518 is produced and hosted by me, Andy Scullin. New episodes are available every week wherever you stream podcasts. If you would like to help support the show, please like and subscribe wherever you are listening, or you could buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/unsigned518. If you would like to advertise on the show, send me an email at unsigned518@gmail.com. And to be a guest on the show, reach out to me through Instagram at unsigned518. Take care of one another, and I'll see you next week.